So hi everybody, welcome. My name is Erica. If you don't know me, if you came here through Jody, thank you for being here with me tonight. I'm Erica Shannon. I am a certified menopause coach specialist and fitness expert located in Pittsburgh. I actually just moved here from the New York City metropolitan area where I've been for the last 30 years and back to my hometown with my family and having such a great time. I have a background in dance and musical theater, so jazz hands, and I've fell into the fitness industry by accident. And then about 4 years ago, I decided to kind of start to get every certification I possibly could in menopause and female hormones and just figuring out what's happening. And partly because it was happening to me. I'm 49 years old. I am perimenopausal myself, and I am so very excited and so very grateful to have Jody Das tonight. Jody, I tripped across Jody as well. I was served a reel of hers on Facebook a couple months ago, and I just started watching her content, and I was enamored with her right away. I saw in her that she is someone who serves women, and she is a force of a diva of a human being who serves women for their highest good to help them look and feel as confident and beautiful as they can. And I literally reached out to her cold and was like, listen, I think you're great. I want to book a session with you, which I did. And we did a Zoom session, which was so much fun. And I was like, would you consider doing this? It's like a free thing. And she was like, yeah, let's do it. So without further ado, I just want to introduce you to Jody. Hi, Jody. Thank you so much for being
Hi.
here.
That was such a nice introduction. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I could say 1,000 things about you. I am completely a huge fan. And,
Same.
and after doing a session with you, I am also a believer
Mm.
because ever since we did our session together, I feel so much more confident in my skin, and I'm having so much fun with the clothes that have been in my closet for months and years, and just kind of learning how to wear things different ways and looking for those key little pieces that I want to collect. And your whole thing last week on classic chic, that was exactly
Yes.
how I was like, oh yes. Today we're going to talk about all of the body types that are out there. Jody has written a book called Drape Your Shape that is available on Amazon. So it's a great holiday gift. Go buy
I
it.
didn't even think about that. It is.
It's a great holiday gift. Go buy it. And just so you ask questions in the chat. We're talking about how to dress for your body shape. But the first thing I want to ask you, oh wait, no, I'm lying. Okay, I have to like slow down because I'm excited. Okay. I Here's why, as a menopause coach specialist, I really wanted to have this call. We are having an identity crisis at this age. We are feeling out of our bodies. Our bodies are changing before our eyes with us not changing anything. We are losing estrogen, which is making us feel bloated and confused and tired. And we don't feel sexy anymore the way that we used to feel sexy in our 20s and 30s. And we're also starting to see signs of aging in our skin, in our face, in our bodies, in our energy levels. And it makes us just want to hang out in athleisure. And I know how you feel about athleisure, Jody.
Sorry, people.
But that's what it makes us want to do. We want to like, there's a
Yeah.
definite part that I've heard from a lot of my clients that people want to hide. They just want to not, show themselves. And it's a very confusing time because we're entering into this, there's the trope of the crone, right? The older woman, the wise woman, and how do we dress and what's appropriate and how do we do that? And the reason why this happens, just from a hormonal point of view, estrogen is a really protective hormone. And in our bodies, when we lose estrogen, we're only born with so much. And when our estrogen reserve is gone, that's it. And we have estrogen receptors in every major organ system in our body, including our brain, our skin, our heart, our lungs, our bladder, like everywhere. And so when those hormones go away, there's absolutely no way on a cellular level that we are going to feel the same. And so we're left in the middle of our life with a lot more stress than we used to have because of where we are in midlife and caring for growing kids and aging parents and figuring and trying to have a career while trying to be a good wife or spouse or partner. And it's a lot, right? Everything is changing. And so all I know is that when I have felt my best, it's been when I love putting on my clothes and I love feeling good about myself and I will go out more. And I find that all of a sudden I'm in some of the pictures that are on my phone, right? How many of you have cell phones full of pictures that you're not in? Because we don't want to be photographed right now. We feel weird. And we gain all this weight around our midsection, which is the first thing we're going to talk about, because I know that's what everybody wants to know. We absolutely gain weight in our midsection. We gain visceral fat around our organs. It has to do with cortisol. It has to do with regulation of all the hormones in play together. And cortisol is a very inflammatory hormone. And when we gain this weight, it's not the same as subcutaneous fat that we gain, like, under our arms or in our hips or whatever. Different. And we have to treat it different, but it's very stubborn, doesn't want to go away. So Jody, my first question for you, and we've talked about this already. So I asked Jody, what is the number one question that you get? And she said to me, the number one question that I get is, can you have more than one body type? And do you want to elaborate on that before I say anything else?
Yeah, I mean, so that is the number one question I get, and the answer is no. Now, can you have changes? And usually, when people ask me that, it's because every single person I speak to over the age of 45 thinks they're an apple. And your bones are your bones. Your bones are where they are. Your structure is your structure. So yes, does your stomach get larger? Yes. I mean, everyone knows you get, even the tightest of bellies are going to change with this, but at the same time, it's 2 to 3 inches maybe. It's not like this major change. If there's weight gain, it's going to be pretty much, your body shape is going to determine where you gain most of your weight. But this menobelly is, women act like they've changed to, to like 4 months pregnant. It doesn't completely change your entire body shape. Now, is it there where it wasn't before, a couple of inches? Yes. And I always say to women, choose heavier fabrics, better fabrics. And we go really into depth on what to do with that on, in my content. I talk about it all the time. But, you can use darker fabrics and all over patterns. And there are definitely different things. And I always say you can take, some tips from the apple shape, but it doesn't make you an apple shape. It's not fact. Your bone structure is your bone structure. I've seen thousands of women I have styled. It is what it is. I promise you're not more than one shape. You just have to maybe take tips from the apple shape is usually the only shape people are talking about.
That is such great advice. And can you explain what the apple shape is?
Yeah. So, I mean, I can explain each one if you want. So the apple
Yeah,
shape.
let's go in.
So the apple shape is going to be where you will mostly carry your weight in your stomach. You usually have large breasts. You're really, really known for gorgeous legs. Like people will stop you for your legs. That's like your thing. You have, nice big boobies that people are jealous of too. But if you're going to gain weight, and no, not every apple shape on the planet is plus size. It's another like total misconception. And just because you are plus size doesn't make you an apple. So like
that's amazing to know. Say that again. Just because you're an apple doesn't mean you're plus size.
Just because you're plus size doesn't mean you're an apple. Actually, majority of shapes that I have styled, and that because I think there are definitely certain ethnic groups, majority of women that I have seen personally are going to be pears. They are by far the most that I've ever styled. And I if you look at certain ethnic groups, I mean a lot of Latinas are pear shaped. There are definitely a significant amount of Black women who are pear shaped. They got the booty, they got the thighs, that sexy body. So It's not an apple. Just because you're plus size, it does not make you an apple. And so I think people really have to get that out of their head, that they have to completely, they're not the weight that they once were, and their bodies, I don't know, I have such a different view on this age group that it's so different than the way it comes at me from my followers, like I have such a positive spin on it, and I'm not even that positive of a person. But it's just the truth. Like, first of all, I don't think bone skinny like is the end all be all of the world. I happen to think that women in general are super, super sexy. And I do believe that even if your body isn't what it once was, then why is that such a negative thing? Why is it always
Mm.
been like who's decided that this is now that maybe that wasn't the ideal? Maybe this is like who makes these decisions?
That's
Like
such a
you
good point.
right.
We were brainwashed and we were children of the 80s, right? And then,
Our
then the
parents,
90s.
our friends, and people, boys making fun. Like somebody along the way has put so much trauma into all of us, convincing us that we were never enough. We were never enough then, and we're never enough now. But like, when is it enough? Like I'm at the second half of my life. Like enough is now. Like I'm over it. Like I am enough in whatever I am. It's enough. And like I don't want to spend my life wearing a muumuu and hiding just because my body isn't what it used to be. Maybe what it used to be isn't. I mean, what it should have been. Like it just all makes no sense to me.
And
So I
isn't it
get
always in hindsight, you look back at a picture from 20 years ago, you're like, oh, I remember being really self-conscious and thinking that I was
yeah.
fat in that
Like
outfit. I was
what
like, I've never been hotter. I've never been hotter than I
and what
was.
a waste of time because you really looked amazing and you didn't even appreciate the moment you were in. So why don't we stop spending every single minute wishing? And I say that to my followers all the time. And I say it to my own, 16-year-old daughter. You can wish that you were an hourglass, a pear, an apple. It's never going to happen. You are what
Yeah.
you are. Your bones are your bones. So you can either accept who you are, accept the weight that you're at, forgive be kind, not forgive, be kind to your body and
Mm.
accept that like this is me and I'm gonna rock it. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, this is the second half. Like, if it's not now, then when? And we're so much smarter and wiser and all the things. So like, why are we so hateful to ourselves? And I'm telling my followers that are so hateful to themselves, and it kills me. And it's like, why? We need to be kinder and start dressing however the hell you want. Also, by the way, don't get me started on age. Because if you
Well,
see me, my belly's out. I mean, and people have all things to say about the way I dress. I don't really give a shit, And you shouldn't either. If it makes you feel good, you should dress how you feel your best. And don't think about, and that's another thing I hear. People are very concerned that people are judging them for their age and all of that. And I want them to not be, bogged down with that. So
oh, that's such good advice. And I have to giggle at Diane. She said, no mid-rise jeans.
it's not that okay. So Diane is clearly a follower. Okay, so the mid-rise jeans, I know women were very upset with me with the mid-rise jeans, but it's the tucking in with the mid-rise jeans. Like wear mid-rise jeans and a big shirt on top if you want, whatever. I get it, women wear, but when you're tucking in with the mid-rise, it's not as flattering as when you're hitting at your natural waist. It's just not. And women are so concerned about hiding that meno belly, the 2 to 3 inches of that meno belly, that huge change. I mean, I am 48. It's not like I don't get it. I
Yeah.
understand. My stomach was flat as a board. Okay, I understand it is not anymore. It is different, but I refuse to like throw away every other like thing that's going to make my body flattering. And I have a lot of opinions about mid-rise.
So one of the things that I love that you say is don't waste the waist. Can you talk about that a little bit?
That's another thing. So you have the pear, the inverted triangle, clearly the hourglass. I mean, now there's not rectangles. You have a killer body. Apples, you as well. It's just that you guys don't define too much, a lot at your waist. But the other shapes, you have a waist. So I always say don't waste it. And so many of you are wearing like big, like I'm doing right now, actually. I'm wearing a big sweater. But in my defense, I never dress like this and it's freezing outside. But I'm wasting my waist right now. Like it's not figure flattering. I'm not killing my body today. And so, yeah, obviously there are going to be days where we're not interested in going around and like, flaunting our figures. But like, it's the most flattering look when you have one to not waste it. Show it off, tuck in, wear a belt, do what you need to do, show the female form. And it really doesn't matter what shape you are, show off your form. Don't hide just with this, these big shirts and, covering up your entire body. And I feel like so many women, like you said, they hide. You get over 45 and you're like, okay, well, now it's time. I'm 45, so I'm old, which is absolutely ridiculous. And now it's time to hide. I don't care if you're 95. Like, I could not disagree more. Fashion does not have an age. That is the one thing that aging is never going to take from me, and that is my style. Okay, so like
There are so many quotable moments happening right now.
but it's like,
I,
look at Iris Apfel. I mean, she was 101, I think, and she was one of my big. I met her, one of my biggest inspirations.
oh, you
I
did?
did, I did. It was
Icon.
on my birthday, and I bought a ring from her, and then it got stolen when I was in Europe. It's devastating. But she
Oh,
is such an example of like, and she wasn't a quintessential beautiful woman, but was she walked in a room and you noticed her. She
oh
was
yeah.
such a star. Like, you don't have to look like a 10 to be a 10. And I also tell my followers that you can enter a room and be the most fashionable person in the room with confidence, and you are already a 10. And again, age, fashion, you can't take someone's style. Age can't take that. So then why
Yeah.
not lean into that? It's going to make you feel so much better as you age, you know? At least it does for me.
How does one find their style?
It's very
How
weird that
does
you say
one,
that.
yeah, because it's like
We're
some
doing that.
women
We're
I
talking.
know, they'll just be like, I'm just gonna go into the department store and like this fits okay. You know, like
So if you're speaking about like literally personal style, and I'm actually speaking, I just did, like you said, I did classic. We do a different, for people. I'm sure majority of people here don't know who the hell I am. We do a different category every week. And last week we did classic chic, because a lot of people, especially with the Zooms that I do not know what their personal style is. That's one of the biggest things. They're like, I don't know what my style is. Like, I now know my body shape, but I have no idea what my style is. So I started with the classics, because everything, no matter what you do, whatever your style is, you always come back to classics, or there will be some piece on you that will be something in the classics. So we did that. I always say to my Zoomers, and I might have said it to you too, I can't remember because my memory is like a sieve, is that you go to Pinterest and start pinning things, and then take a step back and look at why you're pinning what you're pinning, maybe even making notes on it. And then start to notice, well, I'm picking a lot of boho here. Okay, all right, like, maybe that's me. Maybe it's you with classic mixed with boho. Maybe you're edgy mixed with a little bit of class. You can be a bunch of different things, but you'll start to see a theme, and then you'll start to see the same kind of people come up. Maybe you want to follow those people. Maybe start
mm,
following what they're wearing. Start copying their outfits, that kind of thing. I always say the majority of the people follow me, I do not think follow me for my personal style. My personal style is I don't even it's my own, and I don't know what the hell it is. They're there to learn about their body shape. So I'm always encouraging, follow people who speak to one that has your body shape, and the other that also speaks to your personal style. And a lot of people are more than one. Usually you're mixed with two.
yeah. My best friend works in interiors. She owns a PR company that does a lot of textiles and interiors. And I wanted to redo my dining room. This was like 10 years ago in my old house. And I was like, how do I start? And she gave me the exact same advice.
Well,
And
I
I
am
think
a
the new
decorator
style
too.
comes too. It's like pull out magazines, pull out Pinterest, pull out anything. And even if you're looking for a chandelier, but like a scene or a pattern on a dress catches your eye, grab it and
Yep.
then look at it. And I was like, oh,
Mhm.
wow, I like a lot of like brown, like leather statement pieces. And I like mid-century, I like the
I was
clean.
going to say you got to be mid-century. So anybody that, yeah, and again, I'm a decorator also, right? So I would say the exact same thing to my decorating clients.
Yeah,
It's the same thing, because for us, I can look at a chandelier and know exactly what period of time that falls in and who you are just by the chandelier. But for
yeah,
you yourself, obviously, having somebody do that, by you looking at a pattern and continuing to, you're like, oh wait, this kind of feels like, whatever that style is, it'll start to take shape, and it really is very, very eye-opening. And then
yeah.
just playing around. It's fashion. It is fun. It is not. I mean, people make it very serious on my not my followers, but my haters. They get very offended. But it's just
If you don't
fashion.
have haters, you're just not doing enough to be a unique
I
person.
I'll tell myself that before I go to
Oh my
bed.
God. I've had people tell me that I'm stupid to my face. They're like, she's stupid and she's ugly and look at her, she looks old. Like, I mean, people
You're
are so
none of
mean.
those things. That's actually wild.
People are so mean. Okay, Helen says, once you figure out your body shape and style, how do you find stylists to follow? Well, first of all, you're going to start by following Jody.
Well, I'm gonna say that, like, I am someone. I mean, listen, I don't think I am like the other stylists. And I'm not saying that because I'm so fabulous. I just don't do my content's nothing like them. But if you want to find other stylists, it's tough. You have to have that sixth sense, and It's about body shapes, and I still haven't found one that I think is that amazing to follow. But you should follow the one, like women that have your sense of style, the ones that are fashion creators. And you can find them just by going on, let's say, just do a search on Instagram and maybe just search like classic looks. And then you'll start finding like people will start popping up and stuff. But in terms of stylists, that's a little harder. Stylists, a lot of people call themselves stylists and doesn't mean they are. Sorry,
Yeah.
did I say that?
Yeah, of course you
The
do.
label
This is from my sister-in-law, and she says, how do you figure out your body shape? So I think this is a really good way to segue into, so we did apple.
So we did apple, right.
And you did the proportions. It's like
right.
Yeah.
So an apple, oh my God, I'm doing this off the top of my head. So the apple is a 4-4-3. So that's going to be like that, but that's by your breasts, your waist, and your hips. It could be also be your shoulders, you know, kind of this area, waist to your hips. It's a ratio. So you kind of look at yourself in the mirror and you can see that you look like. And I could grab my book and show a picture. Would that be helpful at all?
Yeah.
Like, why don't I just grab it?
Yes.
It's
I want to
right
see your
here.
book anyway.
I almost just dropped glass on the floor. Okay, so this is the book. Okay, so an apple is going to, it's.
Put your readers on, ladies.
I know, actually, I have my readers here because I thought for some reason I might need that. Hold on, let me see. If I have a picture of, yeah, so this is an apple shape. So if you see, and this is not a plus size woman, but if you look at her breasts to her waist to her hips, it kind of goes in that apple shape. It's like it's what you call a 4-4-3. So again, if you're really finding, not that you have gained weight on your stomach, that you mostly, like if you gain, like if you're a pear, you're going to gain it in your thighs, your hips, your butt. Yes, you're going to have on your stomach because you're 45 and over. But where is it that you're getting the juicy, you know, think of it like that. Like that's how you kind of have to think of it. Also, if you stare at yourself in the mirror long enough, you'll start to see your shape. I believe that. All of a sudden your eyes will be like,
hey,
okay.
when's the last time, ladies, you can put in the chat, when's the last time you took your clothes off and stood in front of the mirror and checked yourself out? It's an honest question. I did it because I did a Zoom with Jody in my underwear. So that's when I did it.
And I always ask the first question when they do a Zoom with me, I say, what do you think your body shape is? Most people get it right, but some are the opposite of what they think they are. Okay, so then this one is, I'm trying to get them. That's a rectangle. So you see how she goes straight up and down. So she's going to be
no truly defined waist.
Right. So this is someone who's going to have a lot of muscle tone. Someone that's like, people usually get, you know, you want to go to the gym, you want to gain muscle. This is you. Usually you were athletic. If you were younger, big athlete, straight up and down, flat chested, nice. Sometimes can have a nice booty, can have a larger rib cage. That's also one of the reasons you don't indent at your waist. But again, like that muscular, like think of Cameron Diaz, Hayden Panettiere. I don't know. I just remember she was in my head as I'm going through. Pink is a rectangle. Those are all rectangles. And apples are, Jennifer Hudson is an apple. Drew Barrymore is an apple. I should probably do a celebrity thing on my
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, I also think it's good for people to follow because you should follow. Like, I don't think Drew's dressing for her shape, but and like, yeah, then I think about like Kelly Clarkson, she's a pear. Okay, so speaking of pear, this is a pear. So a pear is someone who's going to gain, you know, it's going to be more like it's going to be a 3-2-4. So your shoulders are more narrow than your hips. So your hips are going to be wider. When you have like the booties, you're known for the booties. So we got the J-Lo, we have the Beyoncés, we got the booty. So that is the shape. So if you literally have like been complimented on your ass for the last 20 years, that's because you are a pear. Khloe Kardashian, not Kim. Kim's butt, I'm sorry, she's like me. Hourglasses, we don't make butts like that. So I don't know what the hell that's about. Who am I to judge? But okay, but Khloe's got the booty. Khloe is a pear. So,
okay.
Yeah. So there you go.
All you Kardashian friends out there.
So this is the inverted triangle. Let me see and so the inverted triangle is going to be more of kind of like a swimmer's body where you have you're also, you can gain a lot of muscle. You have definitely, if you're known like broader shoulders, you're an inverted triangle, but you do indent at the waist and then you go in at your hip. So your hip, and so you're kind of the opposite of a pear. That's why I'm saying, like, sometimes someone told me they're an inverted triangle. I'm like, you're a pear. Like, what are you talking about? You're literally the exact opposite. Like, turn yourself upside down. Like, I don't know what, sometimes I'm blown away by what people see. But they also can gain, they can nice muscle tone. They can also have a little bit of a tush. Sometimes you have like medium breasts. It really, the breast is all over the place with an inverted triangle for some reason. Some have huge, some have small. I don't know what that's about. And
Do you
then
have a celebrity
an inverted triangle is yeah, what's her name? Charlize. Charlize. I think Cindy Crawford is also, I think, I'm almost positive. I have to, if I remember correctly, she is definitely, a lot of models are. Because back in the day, they liked when models, you know, that whole like 80s, the shoulder pad look, that kind of look. So a lot of tall, statuesque kind of looks. You can find a lot of, like, especially the models that were big in the 80s, a lot of them were inverted triangles. And then the last one is my shape, which is, this is actually me. I don't know if anyone owns the book, but that's me. I had to put, I'm like, just illustrate me. So that's an hourglass. I pretty much think everyone knows what that is. It's a 4-2-4. So when your shoulders and your hips are lined up, and then your waist goes significantly in.
I'm also an hourglass.
Yes.
Yes.
A lot of hourglasses. There are a lot of hourglasses and a lot of pairs. Those are the most of what I've ever seen, are those two shapes, actually. And I have yet to do a Zoom with an apple. I did one with a friend, a Zoom, a regular Zoomer of mine brought her friend in. That was the only apple I've ever done on Zoom.
Is anybody on the call still confused as to what their body type is after those explanations?
Definitely.
I bet, huh?
Yeah, because people think they're two shapes always, because again, the weight with the stomach.
Yeah. So if we were to go through super quick and be like, fashion tips to optimize your body shape, you know, for each one, like if I'm a pair, what kind of jeans am I wearing? What kind of, do I wear an empire waist or not? Like, what are...
Okay, so I'll go through it alphabetically, because I feel like that's how my brain's going to work. So I'll do apple first.
Whatever.
For an apple, you want to bring your shirts. I feel like I have to stand up. I don't know.
Okay.
All I do all day is stand up. So I feel like if I could stand and show. Okay, so apples, I want you to bring your shirt to the top of your thigh. Okay, you have gorgeous legs, and especially if you are petite, you don't want to shorten yourself. So bringing that even an inch lower than the top of your thigh. And yes, I show myself naked on camera all the time, guys. No, I'm not very shy. So bringing even a drop lower will end up shortening you. So, and that's for anyone that wears their shirt out. So you definitely don't want to do that. And now I know my pair shapes are going to say, what if I have big thighs? And I'll get to, you know, pairs, which I like big thighs. So I just don't see that as a negative, but I'll get to that. So apples do that. You want, if you are looking to conceal, all over patterns is definitely going to conceal. Darker colors is going to conceal. Show off lighter leg, you know, lighter on the bottom. And definitely, and I say this all the time, wear mini skirts, wear shorts. I don't care how old you are. I know apples have unbelievable legs. Wear it with tights. As you see, I'm wearing tights today and I'm wearing a mini skirt. And I always tell, no matter what size you are or height, wear it in the middle of your thigh. If you wear your mini skirt any lower than that, it's going to cut your body proportions off. So I mean, the legs on those apples, I can't. They're like stunning. Show them off. Stop hiding. Tighter jeans, I wouldn't wear anything too baggy, because again, you're already good. So many of you are covering up on top. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to do baggy and baggy.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's and wear crop pieces. I don't want to hear, I don't wear crops, I'm apple. I don't care. Wear your shirt out to the top of your thigh. Put a crop jacket over it. That's going to give the outfit so much dimension and make it look so much cooler. Pair it with a skinny jean, a knee-high boot, and go out for the rest of fall. And it'll be a really cool look. Okay. So the next is apple. Oh my God. Is it inverted triangle?
Inverted triangle.
Or is it H? Wait. Oh my God.
H. Hourglass.
Hourglass. I need to go back to first grade. Okay, hourglasses. Oh, I obviously know this shape the best. So it's all about the waist, guys. It's very simple. Hourglasses can pretty much wear anything, but if you do not define your waist, you'll look 10 to 15 pounds heavier because you have big boobs. So when you wear big shirts like I'm doing right now, I was wearing a belt. I'm just home and comfortable, but I rarely don't show my waist. So for you guys, it's really about your waist. There's other rules, yes, but we're not going to have the time for all that tonight, but definitely just do not waste your waist.
So hourglass here versus hourglass here. right?
Who do
Still an hourglass.
I don't give a crap if you're an
Still don't
hourglass
waste the
here.
waist.
I don't care if you're an hour. I've seen Zooms. I've done Zooms with some plus size hourglasses. That should literally be models. I don't give a shit. Why is this a better hourglass than this? I don't give a crap who you are. I don't care where you fall. Show the
I love
waist. Wear a crop top. I don't give a crap. You're an hourglass. Show your waist. I don't give a crap what's happening from here to here. I have been all over the place, baby, and you will see my stomach and me showing that waist no matter what size I am. And y'all have already seen my weight up and down being here. So, okay.
Also, because I am an hourglass and because I learned this from you, the height of your jeans matters.
The height of your jeans matter for anyone that's tucking in, even my apples and rectangles. It matters for you guys too. If you don't wear your pants at your natural waist, I call it high waisted, but everyone gets very confused. If you're not wearing your jeans at your natural waist, wherever you indent at your waist, so if you're a rectangle or an apple, you're like, well, I don't indent. Where is that? That's the halfway point from the top of your belly button and the bottom of your breast. Whatever that area is, that's where you should be wearing all of your pants, your skirts, your shorts, because if you don't do that, and I've proven it in my mid-rise video this past week, it will make you look, it throws off your body proportions. Like your body, there are women I work out with and I see them sometimes on Instagram and I'm like, it's unbelievable. In the gym, I'm like, holy, what? This is the most unbelievable thing. And then they're throwing clothes on it and they've ruined I'm like, what just happened? It's crazy how the wrong clothes completely throw of course women feel shitty about themselves. They have no idea how to dress. And that's just the truth. There's an art to it. You don't have to have amazing style. If you just get your body proportions right, you'll kill the game in fashion like every single time. And if you get it wrong.
And that's so good because then you can whittle it down to the basics.
Absolutely.
I bet everybody on this call has in their closet right now all the things that they need to improve their look. Like
100%.
the next 60 months.
100%. It's just you give me the greatest pair of jeans that hits your waist, comes to the floor, whatever it is, fits your body shape in a t-shirt. I don't care. Throw a belt on, a cute pair of earrings, and get out the door. You already look 10 times better than someone that could be wearing something designer, which doesn't mean you have style, just so you know. It just means you have money, or doesn't even mean you have money. You're dumb enough to spend your money on all of that. Well, it's fine. I don't mean dumb enough. I mean, people spend it however they want. But at the end of the day, it doesn't mean you have style just because you're wearing that kind of stuff. Style, that's not what it comes down to. It's really about dressing your body. And that's it. Once you can learn that.
I love it because it encourages us all to find our individuality again. You know, like it's an exercise in self-care in menopause to really think about like what makes me feel good, and then trying out these tips from you and seeing immediately that you're right and being like, oh, I'm still in there. I mean,
of course, because you feel invisible. It's like somehow we've taken care of our kids, or if you don't have kids, maybe you're a workaholic or whatever it is. Your stories. Maybe I've so many who have been through so many health issues. Their caretakers are there. They have been taking, they're going through stuff, and it's like somewhere along the way we've gotten lost. We're like, but we've only lived half of our lives. We still have the other half. Hopefully, we all have another half left. Yes. And why is it that we have to hide? And Alta, you're too old for that, Jody. You're too. Who are you to tell me what I feel good? And screw you. I don't give a crap. What do you think? I'm gonna wear whatever the hell I wear, and that's what everyone's attitude should be. You should walk around the street owning whatever you're wearing. Period. And feeling like $1 million when you leave the house. It does not matter what anyone else thinks. The only thing I care about is that my women, my followers, my girls, women, I think of them. I think of all of us as girls. That they feel,
we are girls.
Yeah, that they feel like they're as amazing as everybody else sees them. They just don't. There's so much damage that's been done to so many, and society is also is very unforgiving for women aging. That certain things have to happen when we age, and that's it. Like we have to just put it away. We're 45 or 50 now. We're done. Hang it up.
Just put us out to pasture.
Right. Put on the. What is it? The cardigan. I hate that. There's like a waterfall cardigan, like with the white jeans, the capri jeans. Just give up. I say move to Florida, but I already live here. I'm halfway giving up.
You're
I feel
making
bad.
it more,
So go ahead.
I
I
love
don't
it.
want to forget the other shapes because I feel like they're gonna probably get upset. So I did the I did hourglass, I did inverted triangle. So let me do the pear because that you'll probably have the most pairs on here. Did I?
But we didn't do how to dress for inverted triangle. And
Oh, okay. So the inverted triangle is going to be, you want minimal on top, maximum on the bottom. I want you in wide leg pants. I want you in bell bottoms. The wider, the better. You, even if you are in narrow one, you still need to balance that. The minute you wear wide, like big skirts, ruffles, all of that at your natural waist, everyone, you are going to look like an hourglass. I mean, not that that's the goal, like as if hourglass is the end all be all, but that's what most people are looking for, and that's going to give you balance because then your hips and your shoulders will be balanced. It's not so hard. Minimal, no puff sleeves, no ruffles, nothing on here that's going to add volume to your, and hit that waist. Don't waste that waist.
don't waste the waist.
Yeah, and then so I
Shoulders
did inverted
minimal.
triangle, I did hourglass, and then okay, so I'm pear. I mean, I love a pear shape and so many pairs because I grew up, like I was a teenager in the 90s and we were told like Kate Moss was the greatest thing in the world, like being like this. I wasn't built like that. So I also was told I had big thighs. It's hysterical that like the women on my followers, like, your legs are amazing. I'm like, they are? I had no idea.
Yes.
I had no idea. I mean, I still wore whatever the hell I wanted, whether they were or weren't, but I never saw myself that way because I was told I had thunder thighs, right? Because that's what society has done to these
Right.
poor pairs.
Yes, because we saw like Fiona Apple in the bathtub, emaciated, and we're like, I want to be like
God. Right. So now, though, we have our JLo, we have our Kardashians, thank God. And I'm hoping that my pairs who are not from, let's say, we were not teenagers in that time, but can start to wear, yeah, like show off that sexy, my daughter literally works out in the gym to get big thighs. Like, it's like the opposite of what we were taught.
I love
So
it.
it's like I like think of nice juicy thigh, butt, hips. These are not negative things, pairs, and there's so many pairs that just don't see that. And I'm hoping that over time they will, because you really can dress. The pair is the one shape that can wear anything. Then a lot of these pairs are going to disagree with me. I don't really care because I think they're wrong. A pair can wear anything. I'm not going to go into why because we don't have the time, but you really can. But what they have an issue with normally is they'll have a lot of them will have kinkles.
Okay.
And so their issue will be shoes. But in terms of
okay.
clothing, they can wear something out. They can wear, if they balance it all well and follow tips, the pair is one of the easiest bodies to dress. It really comes down to their shoes. And anyone that follows me knows I'm going to say a pointed toe, nude, or, a pointed toe, flesh tone heel or flat, or a open toe heel or flat, flesh tone. Those are going to be the most flattering for everyone, but especially for pairs.
Can
And
I
then,
ask a question about footwear for a second?
sure.
Sneakers. How do you wear sneakers?
So I did a week of sneakers. I think you weren't here yet. It was in the summer. I did. If anyone's on Patreon, any of my followers that are listening, you could just go to sneakers, and we did a whole week there. Sneakers they're tough for somebody like a pair who has a kinkle. It's never going to look right. Like if I was a pair and had that kind of situation going on, I don't know that I'd ever put a sneaker on my body except if I am wearing like I would wear like a trouser. I wouldn't wear it with a skirt of any kind. I wouldn't wear it with a skirt of any kind. I don't really care pretty much almost every shape. I just don't think it's ever going to be like, my job is to teach you the most flattering look, and it's not. But wearing it with like a wide leg trouser hitting at your natural waist, that's always cool. You can definitely get away with it like that, or a jean or whatever, something like that style pant, or any pant that like comes to the floor. I always say to bring your pant to an inch or two above your ankle or all the way to the floor. So if you follow those rules and you do a streamlined sneaker, you can still wear it. You can get away with it. It's never going to be the most flattering, ever, ever, ever.
Can you wear a sneaker with a straight leg that comes to
an inch or two above your ankle? Show as much of your foot as possible. So yes, like if you're traveling, of course I wear sneakers, obviously. I'm just like trying to teach everyone what the most flattering look is, but I did do a whole week because there was so much like, what about sneakers? So I did do a whole week, and it is in the grid, but you kind of have to go all the way back to the summer.
Right. Okay.
Maybe I'll repost some of that over on Thanksgiving, because I'm actually going to take off 1 week. I've never done that before.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Okay. And I'll repost some of my favorites or most popular, and maybe I'll do sneakers. A lot of people ask me that.
Amazing. I think the only one we didn't do is rectangle.
Rectangle. And then I saw somebody said, what about ballet flats? And I got a lot of opinions about ballet flats. So the rectangle, you don't indent at the waist, so you really need to stay away from spandex around your waist area. So like spandex is for, you want to keep away from spandex if you're trying to conceal something, and you want to bring spandex into your life if you're trying to highlight something. So for example, I like spandex by my waist, but I'm not liking spandex by my thighs. You know what I mean? So for a rectangle, I would not wear skin tight things that show that you go straight up and down. That's like skin tight straight dresses. No, you gotta go A-line. Truthfully, A-line is the best for pretty much every shape. Apple, I would go more Empire, but they are, you don't want anything that's going to be too tight around your waist. That's really it. Rectangles, like, you guys don't have that many, things that you have to think about. It's really just not enhancing, like showing that your waist goes straight up and down. And that's pretty easy to conceal. But different tricks, you can do like C-curve jackets, that kind of thing.
Peplum.
Yeah, peplum's amazing. And also not going, just anything not too tight around the waist. Anything blousing over, like that's the worst thing for an hourglass, pear shape, or inverted triangle, because it's adding weight to your waist. Why the hell would anyone want to do that? The rectangle wants to do that.
Okay.
Blousing is a great trick for a rectangle.
All right. Do you want to do ballet flats real quick?
Sure. Ballet flats are tough. Ballet flats look amazing on anyone. If you want to make your leg look larger, you would put a ballet flat on. If you want to make your leg look smaller, I would avoid it. And there are shapes that want to make their leg look larger. Like if there could be inverted triangle. I've seen like some, really skinny legs. I've seen a lot of inverted triangles like that. And then they're broader up here. It's going to help balance your shape. Apple, sometimes the apple legs also, even though most of the time they're a bit more shapely, maybe they definitely look amazing in them. And I love a ballet flat, and I will be the first to say I don't look good in it. And it's about the ankle to calf ratio, and my ankle is not small enough compared to my calf for me to pull it off.
I don't really feel comfortable in ballet flats. I don't really feel like they look good. I feel like
it's probably because even though you don't have necessarily a kinkle, your ankle almost has to be like 2 sizes smaller than your calf to really look like incredible. And some people look unreal. And it's one of my favorite shoes that I never, ever wear. Because I always go for
and then there's the loafer. Like, what's the difference between a loafer and a ballet?
So a loafer is different. A loafer especially has a back heel. So just that little, even if it's a half an inch of that that's all the difference. It makes a tremendous difference.
Jack, I'm with you. They don't have arch support, and we need arch support. It's hard. It's like, am I going to go get inserts for a ballet flat?
Right. No, I mean, listen, you have to kind of figure out what works for you. Like, I love a ballet flat. I never wear it. So I shoot, you know what I mean? Like, I don't look good in a loafer that's closed in the back. So I wear a loafer mule. You kind of just have to figure it out. Everybody has issues, guys. I don't even know that my followers know. I have like really like so many problems with my feet I don't really talk about. And I mean, I have arthritis. I've had since I'm 12. I have debilitating pain in one of my feet every single step I take. Some days I'm limping the entire walk. You guys just don't notice it. Maybe some days now that I told you, you would notice it. So I get it. I know what it's like to have to work around, but we suffer for fashion. What's more
beauty is pain. Beauty is pain.
No, I am comfortable in that. I mean, I wear a lot of boots, and boots are comfortable. You just kind of find your way. And I'm all about a knee-high boot, as a lot of my followers know. I have rules about booties. I mean, this is like, we'd have to be here all day. This is why I do 1,000 gazillion videos every single week. Because this is like a college course. We need years.
I know, it's so true. Can we get credit for this?
You get 3 college credits.
Can I get college credit? Anita says, I tend to look very boring because I try to stay safe. I need to branch out with fun jewelry. I have a classic wardrobe. Do you recommend any great creative jewelry sites? I know you like Bauble Bar.
I do like Bauble Bar. Is that Anita? That was the name?
Yeah.
Hi, Anita. Okay, so she follows me. And Anita, I want to tell you, I think you should layer also. And I don't mean layer like, if Anita follows me, she knows I wear these very thin layered necklace. I'm not talking about like that. I'm saying I want you to have fun. Like you saw this past week, I did a lot of, layering, kind of going down like this. If and I just wore a bunch of different, I think people should have a lot more fun. If the rest of your outfit's boring, definitely play it up with accessories. Yeah, I like Bubble Bar. I like, I think Kendra Scott has, and I like to do things that are affordable. I'm not into like things that aren't affordable. I like Kendra Scott. I just saw a site the other day. I like Adina Eden. I think her stuff is really, really nice. Because they have like a range also, so depending on your style. But I mean, honestly, like if I think you should really, really layer, especially if you're that classic look, like chunky pieces mixed with delicate pieces, just mix them up, and you'll look so cool. And you
Oh,
can
I'm gonna play
totally
with that for
yeah,
sure.
because if you have a super classic wardrobe, and also wear maybe instead of wearing the dainty, maybe go with more of a chunkier earring, something that you really pops and you can see. It doesn't have to be crazy, but have a little bit more fun. Like be a little gaudy. And I do this because I know classic chic women would never be gaudy, but layer,
But
layer.
go a little bigger than you're comfortable with. And
Yeah, like let's not do everything. If your outfit's super dainty, like
yeah.
it's all about juxtaposing fashion, right? Hard and soft. Classic with a little bit of edge. Like everything, volume with minimal volume. It's all the juxtaposing is what makes fashion fashionable. That's really what takes it to the next level.
And it's also what makes everybody's sense of fashion unique, I would say.
Love it. Yep.
Because there are some people that wouldn't think to put two pieces together it's like when people let their kids dress themselves when they're first little, they're like, God, that was so creative what they just did, like it would be so nice to bring back a little sense of play, but we
And
have
not
to
be
let
fake.
go of what people will think about us if
And
we
it's
do
the
it.
number one. I think besides I don't know my body shape or I am two body shapes and meno belly. The next one is I get a lot of I'm really really scared that people are going to judge me. And I completely get it. And I just told the story on my stories this yesterday. I walked into a store and I was wearing a cowboy hat with cowboy boots. And
Like
I
you
knew
do.
I was going to get attention. I didn't care. I really was sick yesterday and I just wanted, was it yesterday? It's today, Tuesday. Yeah. I was really sick yesterday and I was like, I don't care. I want to put an outfit that I love. Walked into a store and the saleswoman had given me a compliment. And then these women, they were like 65 or 70 years old and there were six of them. And they all were staring at me and laughing and cackling. And I was just like, are you guys, I said to them, I'm like, are you laughing at me? Like, I just called them out. I'm like, I know my outfit's like a little much. I'm like, it's okay. I love it. I feel like I look so cute. I remind you of a cowgirl, right? And so, like, they're, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So the point is, like, I didn't give two shits. I really didn't. I called them out because I wanted them to know just like, if this was someone other than me, you could have really destroyed someone. I always think of my
Yes.
followers, like, if someone hurts one of my followers, I'll like cut a bitch. Like, I was just like, I can handle it, but you guys need to get yourselves together and not cackle and point at someone. But I don't care. You got to go around. You have to worry about you. You have to care. We're so used to being selfless and worrying about everyone else, and you forget. Well, when do you matter? You matter with these clothes on your body. This is you. You matter, and you being in the best, like feeling your best, is going to be better for your husband, for your kids, for your partner, whatever, for everyone in your life because you're happier. So you're really going to spend your life worrying about someone you're never going to see again and their judgment of you gives a shit. They're jolly jealous of you anyway. So just
Yeah.
move along.
Because you have a courage that they don't have.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
I
Go ahead.
feel like I don't know. Yeah, I don't really understand why I have the attitude if I don't give a crap. I guess it's just I'm got lucky,
It's
Everyone
a
listen.
gift.
The
It's
gift.
a gift.
I never knew it until everyone, my followers, were telling me they didn't have it. I didn't. I don't. Sometimes you can't see yourself. Like I don't know that I have courage. I'm just getting dressed. I'm walking out the door. I had no idea that took courage. I was like, what do you mean? Like I'm gonna care about what this person thinks of me? I don't even think like that. I don't think about that.
I think WWJD should stand for what would Jody do? What would Jody do? Instead of what would Jesus do? What would Jody do? Like,
Don't even call someone out who's being a bitch when they're pointing. I do
no,
it in a
listen,
nice
I
way.
had words with someone in a store the other day because they threw some political bullshit at me, and I was like, huh, isn't that funny? I don't agree with you. And that's who I am.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I'm like, it's okay.
Right. I
I
think
don't
sometimes
care. It doesn't matter.
sometimes it feels good, especially with the haters. Like someone said today to go, they would literally put a clap emoji. I wouldn't wear what you said or something like that. No, she says, no, she goes, do what you want. Like ladies, no, wear what you want, ladies. So I said, no, wear what I tell you. Like, how dumb are you? No, you should only wear what I tell. First of all, I wasn't even telling anyone what to wear. I know I don't do that. It's just like the comments sometimes, I'm just like, oh, it feels good to just give a little back to the haters.
Sometimes you just gotta zing them a little bit. Just put them back in their
Yeah, like
place.
the
I'm a
pointing
human
and
being.
right. If you're pointing and laughing, one day you're gonna hit like someone that really is gonna get hurt by that. And I just like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Jack says, my question is finding where I can find edgy clothes for my size. I know my style. Oh, hold on. I know my style preference, but don't have a favorite place to shop for edgy stuff. I've been living in comfy clothes the last 5 years, working from home. I'm between a 16 and 18-ish for size right now. So
Oh,
just
girl, I wish I knew 16 to 18. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. I'm not gonna lie. And I think I always feel like I wish I had the ability, like how nobody cares about that plus size community. All they do is just give them clothes that are old lady and covering them head to toe. Of course, women think that's what they're supposed to do if they're over a size 14. That they're the fashion world has told them they need to cover up because they don't sell them anything that's cool. It's wild, wild. And
Jackie, do you follow Katie Storino?
I follow very few people though.
Katie Storino, she owns Mega Babe, all the Mega Babe products, and she always talks about and goes and tries on and calls out people to make fashion more inclusive size wise.
I mean, there are listen, Land's End does it, Talbot's, but what is that? I mean, come on. Like she said, edgy.
Yeah,
That's not
edgy.
edgy. That's not cool. So she has to
Right.
go to like Torrid, which I thank God for Torrid because at least they have some stuff there that's actually like cool. But
Yeah.
maybe she wants higher quality stuff. Like it's it's actually insane. And there's so many things I would change. I don't want to give all my ideas away because my dream one day is to really like I know exactly how I would change this industry, but they just completely ignore a tremendous amount of women. And I don't get it. People want to make money. These women, they want to look cool also.
I know.
I don't get it. So I have no answer for her. And I feel terrible about it. Oh, she said petites too. She's not wrong about that either. She's not wrong about that. I mean, it's easier for petites and tall than it is for plus size, I will say, because I do find at least there are cool brands that I see petite and tall, and that's usually just with pants or skirts. And they're not wrong, petites and tall. In terms of layering pieces, that's also, I mean, petites, forget it. It's extremely difficult. So she's not wrong on that. But my heart literally goes out to the plus size community more than any other because they just forgot them. And I don't know how to make it better.
Yeah, I'm just putting in the chat, Katie Storino for inclusive sizing.
Yeah, like because I would link. So I've actually gone. I'm like, guys, if you know plus size, but they tell me them, and I went to each and I look, and I'm like, they're not the answers. This is not it. Like I know what people want. There are a couple of different styles, and if we really like we're inclusive and giving edgy, giving them the boho, giving them the preppy, giving them the different fun things that all the rest of us can do, like oh no.
Yeah.
Actually, it's pretty gross and it makes me really upset. So I don't even have an answer for her, and that's just upsetting.
We're gonna keep looking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and anyone that is plus size, I want you to know that I always am looking. Okay. I follow other plus size influencers and I'm looking at what they're wearing. So I will definitely pass on anything.
And even in your videos, I have to say you're very inclusive in your videos when you say like what people should wear. You post bodies of all sizes, and I think
because it's not about how this or this, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's about your shape. And until people start listening to me when I say it doesn't matter what your size is, it matters what your shape is. That's why I don't talk about size because that's not what I believe. Like I'm not going to change what I believe. It's like I don't care what age you are. I don't care. That's not me. If you're looking for that, I'm the wrong girl.
So
there's so many other people that have all that kind of content. Just not me.
Well, you are incredible. And we are in our last 4 minutes of this call already, which is bananas. I want you to answer one more question because it's leading into something that I definitely want to announce. And I'm putting all her links and how to work with Jody in the replay email that you'll get tomorrow. But Helen says, what do you recommend for our first Zoom? So when you do a Zoom with somebody and they come on and it's just you and them. What do you tell them to come to the table with when they show
Yeah,
up?
so it is listed on decoratorstylist.com. So it is there where so if they forget when I'm saying this, it is listed on when you book a Zoom. But what you want to do is come in a nude bra, nude underwear, and you really want to pull things that you're confused about, right? Like a lot of women don't know if their things are still stylish. And a lot of the times you think things that are stylish because you love them because maybe they cost a lot of money. But I'm a straight shooter, and I'm gonna be honest. If you're asking me, I will be honest with you because I look at my
You did that with my leather jacket. I was
yeah,
like,
because I look at you
"Oh,"
guys like
she's like,
friends. Like,
no, it doesn't
right,
do anything for you.
I'm gonna tell you like it is because I'm your friend. Like I'm actually your friend. Like I'm actually gonna tell you.
She is.
So things that may work or don't. And then I always ask people to kind of pull their favorite outfit. And then we go over why it's their favorite outfit, especially if you don't understand your personal style, and then what they can do different. Because I mean, 9 out of 10 times people are not wearing the right clothes for them. So what the little tweaks we can do, then people will take notes and make changes. But yeah, really pulling things that regular things you wear all the time. And you can always get dressed off camera. No one has to, if you're shy, don't worry about it when we are going over your body shape. If you don't know it, you can be dressed just as tight clothing as possible. If you're not comfortable in a bra and underwear, it could be, anything with spandex. And
But I
yeah.
will say that Jody is going to be your biggest fan and cheerleader during this call. She is going to be, first of all, she's just going to shower you with compliments
Well,
when she's not
I happen
saying,
to have beautiful
when she's
followers.
not saying, when she's not saying, no, that's not, no. What
Right.
are you doing with that?
I'm showering you comments while also telling you that what you're wearing is not fashionable. But listen,
She was
my
like,
followers are gorgeous.
Erica,
I'm not lying. What do you want me to do? I'm not a liar. That is one thing about me.
no.
I'm telling
She
you,
was
you're
like,
gorgeous.
Erica, why do you have so many button downs in your closet? You should never wear a button down. I'm like, I have 70 button downs in my closet. I'm wearing one right now just to spite you. But look, I took it all the way down.
If you wear
You
it right,
can't
I'm
see.
cool with it. If you're tying it at your natural waist, we're good. But if you're wearing it at your hip, and I'm like, okay, why did we just widen you and kill your
She's
waist?
like, why do you have, I'm like, they're comfortable and I love them. She's like, no,
It's
no.
fine as long as you wear them right. I'm okay. I can get over all that as long as it's flattering for your body. We're good.
Helen says, how do I book a Zoom? You can go to decoratorstylist.com and you can book a Zoom there. Or tomorrow, when I send out the replay, I'll send out all the information. I will also send out how you can support Jody by joining her Patreon. It's what, $5 a month?
It's $5 a month, but if they didn't want to, I mean, that's where you get two, exclusive videos. They're actually no longer going to be on Meta. So, yeah. So, but you can just go to Facebook or Instagram if you don't want to pay for the subscription service, and you can check it out there first and see if you even like me and my stuff. I'm very real. I have a closet that many people complain about, and yeah, I wear no makeup half the time. And
But you're
I'm a
incredible.
decorator whose house is not perfectly, and this room has not been upstairs has not been decorated yet. We'll stick with the downstairs content. We still have to bomb the upstairs here.
Listen, we're humans. We're not robots, right?
But
We're
a lot of content
robots.
creators, people expect you to be a certain way, and you should have no expectations when it comes to me because I will disappoint you. Because I'm
But you know
definitely
what
not,
else you will do?
Yeah, nothing's
You know what
perfect.
else you will do though, Jody? You will tell the truth. You will tell the truth, and you are so trustworthy because of that. Because
I'll
I
always tell you.
know that you are all about my highest good. Just like as a menopause coach, I am for your highest good. And I coach the women and the people with ovaries who are in front of me at that moment. It doesn't matter what a rule is for somebody else. If it's not working for you, it's not for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And if it just, you have to serve the person in front of you, and you do that. And I'm so grateful to know you, and
Thank you.
so grateful that you spent your time with us tonight.
Of course.
I could not thank you enough. It has been so much fun getting to know you this last
You
month.
too. I love
And
getting to know you.
I've already had some requests to have you again. So maybe next quarter we'll do another one for funsies. But I'm just so grateful. Thank you. It's so fun to know you. And
You too. So
I
nice.
can't
I
wait
wish
to
I could
what's
see
next.
all of the women and kiss them all, especially any of my followers that came over. I wanted to say hi to them and thank them. And
Yes.
yeah. So I know anyone new. Thank you as well.
Yes, you can find Jody at Decorator Stylist on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.
Yes, I'm much more active in the stories, and anyone here doesn't go into the stories too. So whatever I'm talking about in the video that day, that's only like 3 minutes. I go into depth on the stories. I feel like I don't tell people that enough because you can learn like 10 times more if you go to the stories.
Yeah, I feel like people mainly look at stories these days. I don't know. It just
I
depends
don't
on
know.
the platform. I think Facebook is more reels and
See,
Instagram.
Helen, love the stories. Love you, Helen.
Yes, awesome.
Yeah.
All
Awesome.
right, everybody. I wish you a wonderful night. It's now 8:01 and it's time to go get ready for bed. Let's
Yes.
all put on our blue light glasses and put on our jammies and have a cup of tea and regulate our hormones and let our cortisol go down and our melatonin go up.
I
And
love
we'll
it.
talk more about that later. Okay. Thank you so, so much.
Bye, everyone. Thanks, Eric.